Our engine's getting super heavy, and we're at the limits of what this crane can do. So today, we're gonna build a gantry crane. When we finished putting the oil pan and the oil pump in here, this engine got super heavy, and we had measured, and we were absolutely sure that it was going to spin around on that engine stand just fine, but we didn't consider the angle that it has to travel. Yeah, it'll fit in there now, but it wouldn't have fit spinning around there because the angle at the steepest part of this oil pan wouldn't allow it to twist around that engine stand. So we realized very quick that we're going to need something a lot heavier than this shop crane to move this engine around. 4 feet?
It's about 5 foot.
Yeah, that would work for one side.
Yeah.
If we had another one somewhere. I hate what we're thinking here. But this track frame, this dozer blade was welded to the frame. We're actually thinking of cutting this off of here and using this C-channel for the bottom of our gantry crane. What do you think of that idea?
I mean, that's a lot of work in itself.
Yeah, but it's less money than buying it. The carcass sat on that, and it dinged it up. This other one's been repaired.
Yeah, they broke it.
Either one of these we could probably use, because
they broke it and they put a doubler.
Gusset.
A gusset here and a doubler up there.
So I don't know.
We'll have probably close to a ton in between the two of them. They're probably 1,000 pounds apiece.
We'd have a legitimate D4 gantry crane though. Comparing the idlers on 4Gs rollers here, or track frames, and 7Js, and it looks like 7Js are in better shape than the ones on 4G. Dad's giving it a little bit of a measurement here.
Just a rough idea.
And what are you coming up with?
That's a little over 5/8 of an inch. These are a little under 5/8.
Yeah.
A little bit of difference.
Well, we're going to want to strip these down, and because we're going to be using stuff off of them.
That's half. These are 3/4.
Well, we could use that for gussets and plates on the...
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Dad and I have been putting our heads together, coming up with ideas on how to make it, and we just talked to our neighbors, who I think are going to have some parts that we need. And I think we have some pipes around here we can use for the uprights, right here. But our neighbors are going to help us out with a heavy beam for the top, and a beam for down here. I'm going to have to find some casters somewhere, a trolley, and a chain hoist. All right, try it. Let me widen your forks.
Get them others?
Yeah, let me widen your forks. I was going to make a corral out of these and use them for the fence posts. But I'd rather have a gantry crane, I think.
Want me to tip it a little bit?
What a mess. That's got it. We need 4 of them that are 11 feet long.
This one's bent.
and that one's been welded together. You got enough of a straight piece for 11 feet there?
Right there is 11.
So we'll be all right. We could do that.
Isn't it bent up there?
It's bent over on my end a little bit more, but you know, there are probably another 11 foot out of it right here. So this is like, I think we're about a 1/4 inch or a little more thick. And it's 3.5 inch OD and 3 inches ID. We're looking for about a 6,000 pound capacity on the crane. And 2 of these pipes should be more than enough. We have an I-beam that's going to be way heavy enough.
Yeah, if we go from that end, we only got 1 weld. Oh no, there's 2. And there's 2 here.
Yep.
1/2 dozen the other.
Yeah. This is our rudimentary drawing of it. This is something like it's going to look like. I think we're going to use the 2 pipes next to each other. And I'll kind of weld them together in several locations, top to bottom. We'll gusset down to the stand. We're looking for casters for the bottom, and then our I-beam's going to set on top, and this is, of course, looking at it from the side. And here's kind of a front view from the side. We're going to gusset the top by the beam. Still debating whether we're going to bolt it here and here. I'm going to run a plate out into the beam a little bit so that we can gusset it. But have a little bit of engineering to do still. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, let's pull this plate out of here. I think that's 1/2 inch. Oh, my back's not feeling it today. There's always a ton of things to move to get to one other thing. I think this is the one we're gonna want. I think that's 5/8. It's pretty thick stuff. If I do this correctly, I should be able to pull this plate out of here and leave everything else. These plates that I just dug out, I think this is 5/8 or 1/2 inch steel. Those are going to go on top of the uprights, and right underneath the beam, we're going to bolt the beam to these, and these are going to be our uprights. And we're going to use 2 of them, 11 feet tall or 10, we haven't decided yet, on each side. You know you have great neighbors when not only do they help you out with some scraps and stuff that they have so you can finish a project, but they deliver it too. I think this is 3/8. We're 4 inches wide by 1 foot tall. That's going to be more than adequate for what we're doing. Nice and close, nice and tight here for that trolley to run. And then we're going to use this for the legs. And this is a toolbar off of a drill, like for planting probably dryland wheat out here, or dryland corn. Anyway, this is for the ripper shanks to attach. We're going to cut this in half and use that for the legs. Before I go any further, I got something exciting that just showed up in the mail here. Let's open it up. The smaller one is the trolley that's going to run along the top of the beam. And yeah, that is some thick stuff. That should definitely be able to hold it. And these wheels are what's going to run along the beam. So this is supposed to be rated for 6,600 pounds. And we were shooting for about a 3-ton lift here, so 6,600 is perfect. We got the correct one, model 3TF, 6,600 pounds. In this box, we're going to have a chainfall hoist. And this is also rated to 6,600 pounds. That should be plenty heavy enough, hopefully, for what we're going to do. And here's where you attach it to the trolley with this hook. Let's see here, 3-ton. I'm still expecting some casters to get here in the mail. We've modified our design idea a little bit. I think we're going to go with a full A-frame, something like this, rather than the straight uprights like this. I think the A-frame is going to give us a lot more strength. I've got some casters here. I picked these up on eBay, actually very reasonably priced. They are 2,000 pounds, 1 ton each, so between the 4 of those, and I've got grade 8 bolts, grade 8 hardware to put everything together. Our goal here is to get a gantry crane that'll pick up about 6,000 pounds. So we need casters that will handle the payload plus the weight of the gantry crane itself. We've sourced all the material. We've got everything we need to get started. Now it's time for the hard part. Just in case the weather forecaster is correct, I'm going to get this stuff inside so it can stay dry and we can work on it. Very excited because we've sourced all the parts we're going to need to get this gantry crane going. I do want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Let's check out the skiddy. Got water, got a meowing kitty, got oil.